Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing a VOD review with the one and only Windoges, one of the best Zoes on the NA server. And you can go ahead and introduce yourself if you want, Mr. Windoges.
Hello, I am Windoges, as you may know, and I have peaked around 1110 OP bidding Zoe like over the past 8 years. And I have come to Mr. Daption's coaching session so I could strengthen my role in the bot lane, since that is where I put my secondary role. And I want to be able to carry more consistently rather than just be a passenger in the games that I can auto-vote in.
Amazing. You heard it here first. So don't be a passenger, guys. But without further ado, we're going to start the coaching session. So right now, I'm actually going to go back to the 2v2. So talk to you a little bit before starting the recording about 2v2s. So how do you see yourself in this bot lane 2v2 in terms of prio? Do you think you're going to push into them? Do you think they're going to push into you? Are you going to be able to fight? What's the dynamic you see right now?
So the way I see it, I think if Jinx uses her rockets effectively in the early game, then we should have equal push, because I think what I should be doing this lane is using Q in the wave so we get level 2 easier.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the Q doesn't hit like Coda Minions.
Mm-hmm.
It's only hits 4 of them, which is basically like one auto attack per creep, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it like pretty important to get level 2 priority in this lane, or at least match it in this like case, so we can apply pressure. But I think other than that, beyond the whole level 2 like dynamic, there isn't really a lot going on unless Braum lands a good Q, which I can W off of.
Yeah.
But we don't really have like the trigger engage like a Rel or Leona does, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So one thing that you noted really well is your level 2, when you get W, you can follow up on Braum's Q. So it's like pseudo engage. But obviously like he needs to land the Q. And it's not point and click CC, so it's going to be hard for you to, set up ganks as well. But
yes,
that's an important kind of like asterisk to your lane. But I will say, in terms of the theory, I'm going to try to explain this. Your 1v1, yes, you can try to get push, but since you have a Braum versus Milio, who do you think should be hitting the wave the most? Braum or Milio?
The Braum, right?
Well, so the Braum can walk up and hit the wave, right? But if Milio's not AFK and checking up grinder, what do you think? What do you think the Milio should be doing?
I mean, he should also be hitting the wave too, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So the point I'm trying to get to is usually when you have a melee into range, you need to fight to be able to get priority. But remember what you said earlier, it's not easy to fight unless Braum lands a Q, right? So what should happen is you try to use your Q on the wave and try to match push to Jinx, and Jinx should use her rockets to blow up the melees if you're contesting. And then Mr. Milio right there is going to be throwing some fucking water, I don't know, frogs, whatever the fuck his autos are, straight at the minion wave. And if Braum walks up, Braum takes a few autos straight to the head too. So
also, like, he's ruining his condition, so he
yes,
level 2.
yes. Okay. So, well, if your wait. So if your Braum wants to, he can just start spam like autoing the wave to try to get level 2. But unless you have a good game plan to like fight once your Braum has lost his 2 pots and maybe he's taking some damage, I would not recommend doing that. Okay. So what you described was making a sacrifice on your Braum's part, so it would be like HP for him. You would be spending some mana as well to try to push the wave and get level 2 to try to get prio for maybe like a scuttle crab, something like that. That's possible, but it's solo queue, right? Do you trust fat lips?
I don't think so, actually.
Right, exactly. So like unless this person literally told you like a game plan, there's no way in hell I'm going to be thinking about getting priority unless the enemy team gives it to me. Okay. So the order of priority is I shouldn't get prio, but if they give it to me, I'm going to take it. Right. So usually, okay, I'm going to mention this. ADCs and supports are the worst at playing lane. Okay. That's just the truth. because actually junglers too, because they don't really lane, but solo laners have so many dynamics that they have to think about 1v1 that they've gotten so good at either throwing their spells or using their HP to push waves, right? Bot lane, you have literally a babysitter waiting there to help you CS the wave and then like be able to fight. Like, you know, ADC and supports don't usually get used to fighting so much, is my point. So as a result, they are worse at lane. So I definitely see a world where they give you push. Okay, I don't know if it happened. We're gonna see. But the important part is we got the theory down. And then 3v3, real quick. Who do you think wins bot lane?
If Braum can lane Q, should we?
So
we have like a pretty good
yes,
single target to mid top.
Yes. So think about it like this. Even though you don't have like hardcore CC, if you have any CC that could like help Lee Sin like engage and deal damage, you will be winning. But their bot lane as well, enemy bot lane, do you think there's a single one of them that wants to tank a Braum Q, Jin W, and then Lee Sin combo?
Nope.
Exactly. So there you go. That's the quick little solution for bot lane 3v3s. If they cannot fight you, okay, then pulling a bot 3v3 after a Scuttle Crab or whatever is possible, so that you can get Scuttle Crab. Anyways, that's another situation. So let's get into the game. I don't want to harp too much on the theory. I think we've done a decent amount. So level 1, they can't do really anything because they're playing Milio Nidalee. I mean, I guess they can throw spears, and y'all don't want to really show. Okay, so as a mid laner, what do you feel? Do you feel like there's something wrong on the map right now?
Me and my Braum aren't walking to lane at the same time.
Well, that would be as a bot laner, but as okay. So what I'm trying to sorry. Well, number one, the ADC thing you just mentioned is also correct, but what I was looking for is usually preventing the enemy from getting a Raptor ward is really important. So I'm not really sure what happened over here for the Kiana to be able to get a ward on Raptors, and then your mid laner didn't get a ward on Raptors. Obviously, he's going to get prio, so he can ward after he 2-wave crashes, but knowing where the jungler is, level 1, is what I'm looking for. Like, they know where your jungler is. Do you know where their jungler started?
Nope.
Right. So that's going to affect your game plan. So if you don't know that the Nidalee's pathing bot, don't know if she's pathing top, you can't really have an accurate game plan where you're like, okay, like, we can look for a 3-camp gank bot and hard fight on level 2, whatever, versus, you know, right now you're a little bit confused as to what's happening, basically. I think Peck and Wolf, which is your mid laner, is going to ward level 2, but the important thing is they know where your jungler started. You don't know where their jungler started. Yeah?
Right.
So I'm going to keep that in mind. Obviously, Braum should be with you. This is very much awkward. Also, before we continue, we're going to have to get into the habit of pinging a little bit more, okay? Because you did notice, because I don't even need to say it, like, you noticed your Braum moving up right now. Like, you see this, right, on your screen?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want this?
No, I should be picking him like
on the way.
Assistance role things.
Either or. But a common misconception with a lot of players is like, oh, if I ping, like, I'm being forceful. Oh, if I ping, I'm like micromanaging. This is a ranked game. You want to win. Okay? Pro players, they ping and comm in their competitive games, right? So you're already at a disadvantage from comp players, okay? You need to use like the communication that you've been handed to be able to play the game, okay?
Right.
Especially like level 1s like this. This is kind of weird. Anyways. So queuing the wave, perfect. And then Jinx is rocketing the wave. Wait, push is kind of equal. Okay, mid lane solo killed. Got it. Okay. Really important thing right here. Do you how do I say this? Are you using your Q with like the idea that you want to get prio here?
Yeah.
Or is it that you want to match their push so that they don't get a big wave crash? Because those are two different things.
I guess. I think in the moment I was thinking of like being between the two purposes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think looking back, I think it was a better idea to try and match their push because they are playing double ranged.
You can, yeah. My only concern is if you use a lot of your mana on these first four waves, where's your jungler going? And do you know where their jungler is going?
So my jungler is going top side.
Yes.
And I think in retrospect, because I played the game already.
yeah, of course.
She passed bot, and then I got a little shook when she appeared. If you see it later in the game.
Okay. So you were surprised at the prospects of Nidalee showing up in your lane. Okay.
Yes.
So we cannot be doing that. What you need to be doing at this point in the lane, like, I want you to be more comfortable with obviously like pinging, but also whenever you're doing something like any action, click, ability, summoner spell, anything like that, it has to have a purpose behind it. Okay. That's the number one thing pro players like try to preach to their students, but they don't really know how to explain it. If you're like mindlessly queuing this wave and then in a minute and a half, your conditions aren't good to keep on playing the lane, so you have to maybe take a base, that's not really conducive to like you playing your lane what's it called? Not efficiently, but like proficiently. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, unless you have an informed assumption to make right now, like for example, your Kog'Maw went and warded this and the Raptors are gone, right? What does that tell you if the Raptors are gone?
It means that she's gonna path bot on level 4. I mean, and then appear at minute 4.
Yes. Yes. So if you had that piece of information, you would be much more adamant on not using too much of your resources, because right now what I'm seeing is like I've been seeing you press Q to match their push, but I'm not really seeing you look a little bit more long term in the lane, like for the next minute and a half, you know?
Right.
The next step of like playing at a higher level is thinking a little bit more in advance. The higher you go in terms of the amount of time you think is the higher you are on the like high-low player echelon. It sounds weird, but basically,
what you mean.
Yeah, basically like pro players are able to know what's going to happen in 3 minutes. Like they have an idea as to what's going to happen in 3 minutes and then be able to plan for that. Whereas solo queue players, a lot of the time, they see what's on their screen and they kind of like ooga booga, you know, do whatever the fuck they want. Okay. So the point here is, imagine every time your jungler is pathing to top, right? You're about to go on a vacation and you only have, let's say, like 4 bottles of water, okay? And you need to survive for those 4 bottles of water until Daddy Lee Sin comes back bot lane, okay? Or Mommy Nidalee, whatever, okay?
Yeah.
And so every single time you're like chugging these, you know, fucking jugs of water, I'm getting more and more worried, okay? And so you don't want... Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna like mention like it's about like managing your resources because you know like, X is gonna happen in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, how do I explain this? If in the game, right, the Nidalee ended up pathing top, would you be mad that you saved your resources in case she pathed bot?
No.
Right. You would rather be safe than sorry. So that's like the part about informed assumptions that is going to kind of make you more comfortable with playing out lanes. Like, you know, right now, the next time you end up in this situation, jungle's pathing top, you don't know where their jungler's pathing, you're going to conserve your conditions a little bit more. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously they are also using condition, but you got to remember that what's it called? They're going to have an extra person on their screen. Also, I don't know how they gave you level 2. Like, they just, okay. Doesn't matter. We're not going to think about their mistakes. That's not the point. Okay. Okay. So right here, what is your wave plan idea right now? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking of crashing this wave so we could ward on the tri-push there.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be like a safety net in case Nidalee decides to rear her face in there. Since I see that we have a ward on the banana brush. Is that what it's called?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that one was placed there. I don't know actually. Maybe it was when he was like killing the Kiana.
I think
so
it was.
Should be expiring.
I think it was recently. Hold on, let me see. Oh no, it wasn't. It was literally at the start. Yeah. So, yeah, you have the vision from the banana bush. The only thing is, go back to the screenshot. Okay. So right now your jungler's crossing to top. You don't know where their jungler is. Usually the marker for like, oh fuck, I'm running out of resources. What is that for you in mid lane? Because I think it might be different from bot lane, but okay. In terms of resource management, right? If you're playing like any mage, right? What is your marker like for like, oh shit, like I need to take a reset or I need to get some more fucking mana somehow?
So it's kind of dependent on like how many pots and what your wave state's looking like.
Yes.
So if the wave like bet on your side and you have no meta, you're fucked. So you got to go TP back.
Yes.
You will miss out like a big chunk of XP.
Yes.
But like if it's pushing into them and like you have no resources, I think that's even worse, honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You don't have like the proper like meta to push it out, and they can help you recall like really easily if you want.
Yes.
This. So those are like my two like one's like the oh crap marker. The other one is the oh fuck marker.
Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty good. In terms of, so when I was talking about like markers, you gave me like a wave marker. I'm thinking a little bit more like in the mana department. So for me, if I'm in your position, the emergency, the alarm bells and the fucking the red ping on my screen right now would be me being at half mana at this point in the lane. Because what that means is I will only be able to get like maybe 2 or 3 QWs for the rest of the lane until I take a reset, which in my head seems pretty bad, because you're not really like saving resources for the future, if that makes sense. You're using your mana to accomplish a goal, but other than getting vision on the Nidalee, which you're probably going to get regardless, are you really getting anything else? Can you hit the turret? Can you get a reset? Like, is it?
No, not really.
Okay. So unless you're getting like, unless you're literally playing in a matchup where you need to ward up here. So usually warding in the river means that you want to keep on playing up. Okay. That's what comes to mind, because basically what you're telling me is I'm going to put a fence on the enemy. Like, imagine you put a ward in this bush. It puts a fence on the enemy, like rabid jungler from passing by. And so because of that, you're going to be able to play further. Right.
Right.
But do you want to play further into the lane?
No, because we don't really have much to go off of if we're that far
Exactly. There you go. So the reason why you don't walk up to get this ward and keep on playing high up on the lane is because you don't have the ability to do that. They're giving you prio, but does that give you the ability to 2v2 harder?
No.
Right. So right here, by like spam hitting the wave and using your mana on the wave, you're not only kind of fucking yourself in the long run, but you're also not really gaining anything. So that's why I'm getting a little bit worried watching, because pushing the wave is good, but also also, I will say 95% of ADCs, even in Challenger, they don't think about this shit. Okay. I'm gonna be so fucking real with you. Like, there's nothing I hate more as an ex support player than an ADC that doesn't think about what they're doing, because what that tells me is they don't want to win, right? Because if you're not paying attention to the tools that are given to you the second you load into the game, you're basically getting into a car, getting into the passenger seat, and just letting whoever you want drive the car to an unknown location, right? Would you want to do that?
I don't think so.
Right. So we don't want to be driven random places. So we cannot be giving those tools up. Okay. We cannot be giving our location away to random people. Anyways, so let's see what happens. Nearly shows mid. Okay. So this is another skill. Should I focus on this? No, I think we're gonna focus on the wave management a little bit more, because I think it's really important to keep. Oh, we're crazy. Oh my god. Oh shit, we're crazy. Oh wait. Okay. Hold up. Let's rewind.
So I'm actually pretty sure that literally crossed into our ward that was in
yes.
the rush.
Right. Okay.
And then I saw that, and then I saw Bromley and Q. I'm like, oh, it's time.
Okay.
And I'm like,
okay. We cannot be letting this barbaric dictator take control of our car. We cannot be letting them do that. No, because what you're doing right now is reacting what's on your screen. Is that what we want to be doing? Do we want to be reacting to and following whatever play your support makes?
no.
Right. So in my head, the fix to this would be, number one, you see the kill feed, right? So immediately the order of like processing in your head right now should be, the Nidalee just killed the fucking my Kog'Maw, right? I need to know what side the Nidalee is going to be going to, because then I will know whether or not she's going to be bot or she's going to be top, right? So right now, you were clearing the wave, right? Where did she fog? Right now, after the kill was done. Usually, after kill feed happens, take a quick glance at the map. What side is she moving towards?
She is moving to her bot river, which
Right.
means, like, even if we didn't have the word at the beginning of the push, it wouldn't have mattered like what I should have done. I should have done the same thing every time, but just to not fight here.
Yes, but the thing is, whenever you're in a game, you're not really in the same headspace that when you're in review. That's definitely a really big point that I had to learn the hard way. Yeah. The only way to catch up on this lack of information, is by forcing yourself, let's say for the next 5 games that you play, whether it's on ADC, whether it's on mid, doesn't matter. You think about, do I know which side the jungler's pathing towards? If not, I need to be more careful with my trades until I see where the jungler's pathing. And obviously, you know where your jungler's pathing, right? So you already have that number one piece of information. You need the second one to be able to play out your lane correctly. Okay. So order priority at the top. I need to know where this fucking jungler is. Okay. Until that happens, we are not doing this fighting. No. And it happens. Like, trust me, this will happen to literally fucking Sven in solo queue and he'll start spam pinging his jungler. Like we know the drill. We know the drill.
I've seen it before actually.
Yeah.
And I had to burn faster, which I should not have if I knew what I was looking at.
It's okay. The mistake's made. But at this point, immediately tell me what's on your mind. What do you want to do? Are you gonna keep playing? What's your game plan?
So I think because literally already used her 1 gig timer here.
Yes.
I think it means that she has to clear her own blue side, or else she's gonna fall really behind Lee Sin.
Yes.
So with that in mind, I think that we should be safe in bot for the next, I'd say, 2 or so minutes. Because that should be the time it takes for her to like clear caps, base with items, and then look to open either side lane. And I think she should be opening top.
Yes.
That's where she started.
Yeah. So now that you know the way she pathed, you explained everything really well. The only like iffy part for me would be that you said that she's gonna have to reset to top side, so she won't have a gang timer. In reality, she did use a gang timer to come bot and fuck her conditions up, right? But after she finishes her 3 cam spot and it takes Scuttle Crab, does she immediately need to base if y'all are like 1 HP and still staying?
No, because she heals from the caps a bit too with her E, and also just naturally the jungle item. So
yeah. So the Lee Sin will be ahead. Now that the Nidalee's done, she's done 2 gang timers, by the way. She ganked mid, killed mid, and then came bot and blew your summoners. Lee Sin is extremely ahead of the Nidalee. Like, it's going to take her an entire minute to finish her bot side camps.
Right.
You still need to be a little bit scared until your Lee Sin comes back bot side. So I would not really recommend doing no trades, okay? Some junglers are crazy, okay? We don't want to deal with crazy. But you should be safe enough to... The thing I was looking for was safe enough to stay in the lane. So that's good. Then farming the wave. Completely fine.
Was that a kill if you let Q?
No. Well, okay. Were you paying attention to whether or not they used heal or barrier?
So I'm pretty sure that she used barrier and then he used heal, but they both have flash up.
So Milio did not use heal, and Jinx did not use barrier.
Bruh. Well, yo, to be fair, I did play this game like 10 hours ago, so it's not fresh in my head.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, that's completely fine. It's just, remember, when you're making these fights happen, I want you to be thinking, is this a fight I actually want to take, and why, right? Because, okay, let me say, in game, I'm completely fine with you making the decision. Okay, let's fight. I thought she used barrier and they used heal. Okay, you go ahead, do that, make that decision in game. You're gonna learn from it. Okay, what you're not gonna learn from is Braum hits a Q and then you brainlessly just walk up and follow up on his Q, even though you don't know what summoners were used and why.
Right.
Okay, so even though Braum threw his Q, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good Q. So I want you to be thinking in your head, like, do I actually want to be trading here, or like what's really going on? In my head, I think what you're doing right now is perfect, which is receiving the wave. Try not to take as much HP as possible, because remember, Nidalee is still bot side, okay? She can take blue buff and then run straight back bot if you take even more, like 100 more damage, right? And you're dove. So I'm a little bit scared of, number one, fighting, number two, taking any trades is also a little bit scary. Anyways, okay. Okay. So, okay, we're gonna be focusing on these fucking waves, okay, Jake? We got to get these waves down. What is the idea behind this next wave? What do you want to do?
So, like initially, so I'm trying to like retrace my thought process like when I was like in the game, because like it still happened today, so it's like not like too old that I don't remember it. So when I saw like Milio and Jinx like separated here, I thought it was a free fight, but then now like I'm looking at this in hindsight,
Yeah.
their literally is literally bot side, so I should just be looking for a reset here.
Yes. So you're okay. I think what you're doing is you're assuming that the enemy will full clear, when in reality, like when you're in solo queue, junglers, do you think they always full clear?
Nah, they
Right.
always like, switch it up.
Yeah, because it's
depending
solo
on the
queue.
conditions.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're not gonna just follow a set clear path and just do the same thing over and over again, because if they do that, guess what? They're gonna lose. Like it's just how it is. Like if you just continue doing the same thing over and over again, people are gonna learn. So you switch it up. People have less communication. You literally don't have voice comms. So unless the enemy team is using pings, their communication's kind of weird. So right here, I'm scared Nidalee's bot. So in hindsight, now that you're thinking about it, what would you want to do? How would you want to play this wave?
So with keeping in mind that Milio and Jinx are separated, maybe the plan shouldn't be to just fight them, but try and force Milio like out of the lane, and like he has to walk the long way, so he can't like defend the wave with Jinx. So it should be an easier time for us to shove and then look for the reset.
So you're almost there. You're very close, okay? But unfortunately, the going up is it signals to me one thing and one thing only. What do you think it is? If you're moving up here because they're separated, what does that mean in your head?
Is literally behind Milio.
Well, no, but like, okay, so if you're running at the Milio, what do you want to do to the Milio? You want to beat his ass, right?
Right.
Okay, so you're gonna fight. If the Nidalee's here, do you want to fight?
No.
Right. So we're gonna walk at the Milio.
Well, no.
Okay, perfect. So
Okay,
that's the order of processing you have to have. Like.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking like, I don't think like, so walking is like, in my mind, fine, but don't do it like too much.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but okay. So if you had used barrier and not flash, I'm fine with you doing this, because what you would be doing, okay, it sounds really weird, but in competitive we call this jerking someone.
I mean,
we call it jerking the jungler off.
That's not weird. I say that terminology too when I play with like fucking with the Raptors cap.
Well, there you go. But it is a little bit weird if you think about it. Imagine saying that to a friend IRL. Anyways, doesn't matter. So in this situation, if you had flash and you force the Nidalee to come bot side, and you use your flash to waste her time, Lee Sin can literally take Krugs, Raptors, and the Nidalee is fucked. Okay. But do you have the flash?
No.
Exactly. So we're not going to make any risky. The second you drop flash as an ADC, I want like everything to be red on your screen. Okay. Okay, maybe not like red, but like, you know what I mean? Like it has to be a little bit, it has to be a little bit more scary than usual, Yeah. You're taking, I feel like you're taking risks, but you're not like taking the percentage. Right now, what you're doing is you're kind of doing like a 30-70, if that makes sense. You have a 30% chance of this fight going well, but you're still going for it knowing, or I guess you're not thinking about the percentage, but you're still going for it regardless of the fact that it's a 30% play.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just analyzing that in game that's gonna kind of help you. But regardless, right here, the order of priority for me would be obviously being able to walk up and hit the wave. And then number two, okay, so actually, let me restart this. If their bot lane is staying, do you want to stay?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. There's no reason why you should base and like just give them a free wave, right? They're not gonna literally kill you on their. This is not Draven Blitzcrank, right? This is not like Five Nights at Freddy's. You don't have to be too scared, but at the same time, you still have to have a little bit of a. There might be a killer loose coming for your jugular. So what I'm thinking is, Jinx stayed. I want to stay. I need to get safe enough vision to be able to walk up. So how are you going to do that? Okay, I'll give you a hint because you told me, right? You're going to walk at the milio. I told you what walking at milio means. So what do you think you should do now in hindsight?
You hit the wave first.
No. So on push outs like this, you have to get vision of this area. Otherwise, you're opening yourself up to a gank without knowing that you're opening yourself up to a gank. So basically, imagine this was 1 minute, 30 seconds, right? And you're pushing this wave in and you're walking up with zero vision of the river, right? Would you be scared in that situation? Like maybe around 2 minutes, you crash the second wave and you're at this point in the lane with this much HP. Do you feel safe?
No.
Right. So what do you need?
We need to use my 2 ward stars.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So you need.
I just noticed I have 2 wards.
Yes, exactly. Yes. On ADCs, it's a bad sign if you're holding 2 wards. It means, in my head, I'm thinking to myself like, I want to ward a fucking bush. Like honestly, I would probably ward this, but not when the Braum wards it. But I still want to put down a ward so that my wards go on cooldown and I can use the vision. But regardless. Yeah. What I want you to think of here is, okay, Jinx stayed, I want to stay, so I'm going to get vision of this and this, or you can literally just ping assistance to Braum, you walk to the tri-bush, and then together you ward this bush together, and then you can walk safely this way. Because then Nidalee's not on your screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So, because this is... the higher you go, the more people are. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. What happened for you to like? Okay, so you dodged the Jinx W, but like, okay, and then Milio W. So okay, he made it obvious. Got it. Okay, because your movement tells me something, right? And remember when I told you every click has to have a meaning behind it? You have meaning behind your clicks. It's just not. Projected a minute in advance, maybe like 30 seconds in advance. So this is what we're going to be training. So you end up living because they make it extremely obvious. I think you would have lived regardless, but they might have chunked you for a bit. And so, okay, Lee Sin made a mistake. He should take their Krugs and Raptors. Doesn't matter. Not your job. Okay. So now that Lee Sin's on your side, what do you want to do? This is like kind.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Hello. Is it good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Now that Lee Sin's on your side, what do you want to do with your wave?
We want to shove it in or slow push it in so he comes for a gank.
So because your Lee Sin's not gonna stay bot forever, right? So he's going to want to clear Krugs, Raptors, and then go topside. You want to make a play within the next 40 to 60 seconds so that you can either get your base off or get a kill off. Is it likely for you to get a kill off?
No, because they have flashes, but we can always just like blow your flashes away. So next time becomes around bot. It's a free go. Okay,
you will blow their flashes, but remember, you still need to base. So I would not recommend doing that because the first order priority for me right now, especially when you're playing Jhin, is self-sustainability. You need to be able to like push your waves and catch them and whatnot. If you were to stay in lane with like half HP and then less than half mana, less than half of your mana bar, it's kind of like scary to me as well. So I'm a little bit wary of that. So right now, you do want to match the Jinx, but okay. In this situation, you have one of 2 options. You can either, okay, so let's go back to before you W the Jinx, because I think that's also important. You made a choice here, but okay. Right now, if you were to spam your abilities on the way, right, and this Jinx took her reset, would that be worth it for you? Do you want that?
Yes, but because I don't see Milio basing with her, I also think that Milio has enough health to just hold the wave.
Yes. So you will not Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Oh, sorry, I was just like saying like pushing it would be a risk that I don't really want to take.
Yes.
Like William like uses this timer to like hold the freeze it out, but like
Yes.
it's also not really good for me because I'm playing Jin, and like
Yeah.
you said, like Jin is a self-sustainable character.
Exactly. So we're getting there. We're getting there slowly. Perfect. So in this situation, you have two options. You either hard shove the wave or you slow push this wave. And then on the next wave is going to be coming. Let's say it ends up around here. Their next wave is here. You spam your abilities on the wave and hard shove. Okay. Do you want to hard push or slow push?
I think I want to slow push this and then go for the shove on next wave.
Yes. Okay. So when I say slow push, what does that say? What does that mean in your head?
You last hit every minion as to the lowest health that it can get.
Exactly. And the reason why you do that is because if this Jinx based us, right? Okay. She will have lost 3 melees and a cannon if you slow push correctly. Okay. That's not what she wants to do. No. This is not a good timer for her to take a base because she will be losing out on the map. Okay. Her goal here is to be able to blow up your wave and prevent you from getting a base. So remember when the Nidalee was on your side of the map, I was scared for you, right? And I was thinking like, you don't want to use too many of your conditions. Once you run out of mana, you're kind of fucked. But if Jinx keeps you in lane and you don't get to base, who is it worse for?
For me.
Yes. So Jinx in this situation should not take a base, okay? And she should stay in lane. They should ward the river. And then they should keep on contesting prio, basically, and prevent you from getting a perfect base. If she bases, let her. Genuinely let her. Because by keeping her in the lane, you're actually giving her the opportunity to fight you on the wave because she won't take the reset.
Right.
It's a little bit convoluted, but regardless, in this situation, unless you literally need to get a base right now and you have to get the fuck out, like let's say Nidalee's on your screen in the next 10 seconds and you need to get a base, I want you to slow push. Okay. So the standard play, slow push, and then urgent hard push. Okay. Okay. So I think that's going to help you a lot with like when to, oh wait. Okay. So Melio, so like, whoa, why are we killing the cannon? Hold on.
So, okay. I'm going to like try to like replay what happened in my mind. So the decision making was the opposite of what I wanted to happen here. So I was like, oh shit, what do we do now? And then as I was thinking like, what should we do now? So Braum, like all of the cannabis very, very high health. So I'm like, oh wow. Yeah. So I think I was doing the same like mentality as before when Rob queued level 2. I was like, okay, because like you want to shove, I guess I'll shove 2, which I should not be doing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's you literally said, I didn't even need to say anything. You literally did it by yourself. Like, wow, the challenger players, like, this is the challenger player mentality. Yeah, but
I put the game on like a mid-lane mentality. Where, like, 99% of the time, if you cancel your base, it's like really good for you.
Exactly. So I think, okay, so you kind of explained it perfectly, but let's rewind back to here. Let's say you didn't W the Jinx, and then your Braum starts hitting. So you auto the cannon one time, but then the Braum starts hitting the cannon as well. Okay, I don't care whether or not you made the mistake of hard shoving in the game. Put yourself in the shoes of like Sven. Okay, Gumayushi, if you want. Okay, Ruler, any of the best ADCs in the world. Okay,
right.
If they see their support hard hitting this cannon at more than half HP, what do you think they're doing?
They want to shove the lane.
Well, no. Like if they're playing solo queue, right, and they see barbaric dictator hitting this cannon minion, what do you think they would do in your shoes?
They would told, or they would ping the Braum to
Yes,
not.
yes, yes, yes.
I thought you meant like a gameplay like reason.
No, like you said that perfectly. Like they would spam ping the Braum and say like what the fuck in, I don't know, Korean, whatever language they speak, okay? Because this is genuinely griefing your game plan. Okay? Your game plan is I'm gonna slow push, but since you kill this cannon minion, is this minion gonna die by the time it crashes on the next wave?
No.
Exactly. So you did not deny the cannon, which is one of the big parts of being able to slow push this wave. And then, so regardless, doesn't matter. You should be able to get the push off. Oh my okay. Quick little lesson, okay, on base spot lane. You never want to take a base that is greedy when you have the chance to like walk back. You take a greedy base if you really need the base like immediately and there's no other way for you to get out, okay? So let's say you crash this wave and the next wave is already at your turret, right? And you need to get out as fast as possible. That is when you're greedy basing. Okay, this is a greedy base because like imagine you're versus Kai'Sa, right? Kai'Sas will walk towards this side of the lane, W through these bushes. Your base is canceled, right? So I want you to be thinking, this base, okay, I can take it in the next 10 seconds. Obviously, it's better to do it sooner, but I don't want to get canceled. Like the Milio can literally just walk past the wave and then just run straight into you. And will you be able to base in that situation?
Nope.
Right. So try to be a little bit more careful with your base spots because I think this is going to kind of fuck your tempo and then you're going to lose like an entire wave off it. Obviously. Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of realized like what the hell was going to happen to me, so that's why I bought the Swifties instead of the serrated Turtles boots.
No,
so
that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Back faster. I think I ended up missing 2 melees for that.
I think
in terms of the XP.
Yeah. I mean the obviously like the gold matters as well, but I think the principle is like the scariest for me because if I'm in game versus like, you know, when you're playing versus pro players, like they will squeeze the advantage straight out of you until you're not able to fucking breathe, right?
Right.
In their situation, what they should have done after they stopped your base and you had no fucking mana, the Milio doesn't need to be hitting the wave. He should have just stopped your base again.
Yeah.
So you would have been really fucked. But regardless, we're gonna go past that one, and then I think I'm gonna skip. Okay, whoa. Okay. Wow.
So I wanted to slow push here, but then the problem is like, a really high HP. I'm like, oh wow, I guess we're gonna shove this out.
Nothing you can do here. There's literally nothing you can do here other than call him a terrorist. I don't know if you want to do that, but
so
yeah.
I wanted to like ask you like, so like when that happens,
yeah,
is there like a way to like make the best out of like a bad situation that's occurring on your screen? And this I guess like in this like pattern where the wave is getting fucked up.
So 2 things. You need to make it very clear because okay, you might not see barbaric dictator ever again in solo queue, so I'm not gonna tell you to like give him advice, but you're gonna be laning with him for the next 4 to 8 minutes. Like laning phase is gonna last for a little bit longer, so there's gonna be much more cannons that you're gonna have to deal with, right? In my head, sorry, in my head right now, I am considering just like pinging danger on his head 2 times, saying stop, killing my cannon at full HP, because genuinely like this is gonna ruin your game plan of denying them CS on the slow push. Obviously you don't have to be like me, but I want you to make it clear, no matter how you do it, you can type it, you can you know, maybe do a blue ping, be like, what the fuck? Why'd you do that? Or like just say like, please slow push, last hit these minions. But the important thing here is you still have to slow push. Just because you killed this minion doesn't mean you have to blow up this wave, because imagine you blow up this wave really fast. You're playing Jhin, right? You can blow up the wave. Let's say like you E this, W it, last hit this minion, then Q through these. Will you be able to crash the wave by the time the next one comes?
I don't think so.
No. It'll be right in front of turret, right? So would you rather the wave be in front of turret here or be like around here because your bomb fucked up?
Yeah, definitely at the...
Exactly.
What section of the lane? What lane is that called?
I have no fucking clue, but I don't know. I didn't know there was a name,
like,
but
because like a mid lane, there's like 3 like defined like sections of the lane that like I like to refer to. So I didn't know if there were like sections to the bot lane. That,
don't know there was a name. Did not know her. I did not know about the section. But for me, it's a lot more visual. So maybe for you, like putting a word to it, it's just like kind of like, this is their side of the lane, this is my side of the lane, and then this is neutral, like basically. But yeah, remember the standard play, slow push, the urgent play, hard push. You're not in any like there's not a atomic bomb that's about to drop on your head because Barbaric did this, you know, like we do have to be a little bit mindful of that. So you didn't put hard shoving the wave. And then unfortunately, the Kali Sadima, unfortunately, the wave is in front of their turret, so they can CS it much more safely. But, you know, there's not much you can do. You can save it a little bit, but regardless. Okay, I do want to like go ahead and skip to like a fight because we are running out of time. But do you think you kind of got the gist of pushing lanes and like receiving waves, or do you want me to like add on to the explanation?
No, I think you explained it really well. I think a lot of it is like it's similar to mid lane, but I just haven't been able to like translate it like from like concepts of mid lane to concepts in bot lane. It's like the lanes are like structurally different. Like, you know, one's a longer lane, one's a shorter lane.
Exactly. Yeah.
The waves like meet at different intervals. So yeah, but I think I got like the patterns down. I just had to now like have that be applied in game.
Perfect. So okay, I think the two main things we looked at was usually like jungle pathing, and then there's jungle pathing with resource management, and then knowing when to push and when to like slow push. And then I'm gonna go ahead and look at a fight just to see how you played it out. Maybe we'll be able to get something out of it. I don't know if you do fight. Don't know.
Eventually, okay. The kill that I got, I think.
Oh, wait. Okay.
I forget how I played it out though.
Wait, yeah, I want to see the Emilio's HP bar because. Okay, yeah. I was about to say if they were like both under half HP, like we're popping that fucking curtain. Like I don't give a damn. But no, they're not. So okay. Oh wow.
So here's where I ult because I thought my W was gonna hit the Milio.
Oh, I get it.
But then the Jinx, like, I don't know if she meant to body block it.
Well, okay, so I see what you mean. Like usually WR, and so this would be a snare on the Milio, and then you would just follow up with ult.
Yeah.
So this is more of like a battle mechanic thing. I won't get into it too much, but basically, if you pop your R here, what are you trying to do?
So so like in the moments, like I'll see it like as it's like in the moment and then like in hindsight. So like in the moments, I was thinking like I could try to force them out of lane and like just like straight up maybe even kill one of them. But the worst case scenario is that they both have to reset and then I get a free shove in and then reset with good money.
So I think sorry, go ahead. My bad.
But I think like in hindsight, maybe I could have saved ults a bit for a little later, so they would be pressured to both like not miss CS and also dodge my ultimate at the same time.
Yeah. So I mean, you said it all pretty well. But usually, okay, so think about it like this, right? If you're playing Lux and you were to ult over here, what would that be saying? So you would be wanting to force them out of lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you have the same luxury of doing that on Jhin with his ulti cooldown being much higher?
No.
Right. So whenever you're ulting, the thing I'm looking for right now is I want to fucking kill, right? Like you're not going to have ult for the next like 2 minutes or so. So you want to make the most out of this situation. WRing to me is I want to kill them. So regardless of who you hit, dealing damage is the top priority. So right now, hold on. You play it out. So that one was really good. Don't be too scared, okay? Do not, the key to Jhin ults, okay? I will say this from somebody who's played like way too many Jhin games. Throwing your ulti out like really, really fast, that's like a top tier like skill, okay? Unless you're literally like the American sniper, I would not recommend doing that. Taking your time with the Jhin ults and like, okay, this sounds really fucking psychopathic, but you have to watch them like move around. They're gonna like they're gonna fucking squirm around like little fucking okay. That's crazy. But basically you have to wait, okay? You have to wait for them to like move. And so what players usually do is this Jinx is gonna move back, okay? And that's your chance, okay? If she doesn't move back and she runs to the edge of this, that's your chance to throw out your next ult. But you threw it preemptively, see?
Mm-hmm.
You did not wait. You want to wait because this ulti will either net you a kill or make them both 1 HP, okay?
Yeah.
So no matter what, I don't want you to be missing. Take as much, like this, how long is curtain call? Fucking 10 seconds. Take your fucking time. You're not in a rush.
Right.
You're the one with the gun, not them. Like they should be scared. They should. Well, I guess Jinx does have a rocket, but regardless. So
especially with the way like Billy was stuff ended up after I did the first shot of ultimate, I could have like definitely called with them.
Oh.
And then Jinx kind of just gave himself there, but you know, that's okay.
Wow. Well, we'll take that. Oh my god, you live. Oh yeah, you do live. Wait, what?
Yeah, because Bravo's E.
Oh. Oh.
I think we kill her here though.
No, you don't. Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't comment on I won't comment on the Jinx. I think we're gonna leave the Jinx as she is. Probably just leaving this wave, yeah, because you know oh my god. Okay. Regardless. So the goal for this VOD review, I think the biggest thing for me, you mentioned it at the start. What do you think is the like quote unquote homework you want to do?
So I need to be thinking about how I want to play the next like 2 or 3 minutes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to ask myself like what I need, like what kind of like information I need in order to make those like next steps out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
and also, sorry.
No, sorry. I keep on cutting off. It's ADHD. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I have it too.
Right.
And I also need to not just blindly follow whatever like my teammate is doing.
Perfect.
I need to be more, I guess, assertive.
Yeah, yes.
In the plan that I want to follow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you explained it perfectly. I mean, I literally those two things. So the first one you said, like planning ahead, I think that also includes like includes resource management, includes jungle tracking, and includes wave management. So there's a lot in the first one. Is there one you want to choose to like focus on, or is like you're just gonna go with the flow? Because I usually do recommend focusing on one thing only from VOD review to VOD review, and I'll follow up with you and we'll see how it goes. But which one do you want to focus on? I would recommend focusing on one, or do you want to do all of them?
I want to focus on wave management. I think the other
Mhm.
ones come through naturally because I play mages. I know how to manage my resources like well.
Yes, exactly. So I think it'll be like a slow progression. Like once you know which waves to push and which waves to like let kind of come into you, I'm pretty sure your resource management will be top tier because yeah, as you said, like you play literally all the mages and you're pretty damn good
Not
at
all of
them,
them.
right? Okay, well, yeah, still. But okay. So I think that's it for this session. I'm going to end the recording. Is there anything you want to say?
Nope. I
Okay.
think I covered like all the points that I wanted to cover in this VOD, and then also just like in general with my gameplay patterns.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so I'll see y'all next time. Thank you. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you like this type of content.